Good lord. He lived in a bloody mansion. See a few possible entrances. Let's roll the dice, eh?
They want you dead!
Hello and welcome to God is a Geek's YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about, I would say, quite a highly anticipated game for Xbox at least, and that is Redfall. Adam, you're joining me today. You've played it. How are you doing, mate?
I'm good. I'm much better now. I can talk about this.
Yeah, good, because I'm excited to hear about this. So yeah, Redfall, single player, multiplayer. It's maybe a bit confusing to some people. For those that watched the preview, Xbox did a couple of months ago. There was quite a lot shown off for Redfall, but still a little confused myself. I'm sure I'm not the only one. So Adam, you've played it.
Right.
I've got questions, but initial impressions.
Well, let me get this out of the way, right? I want everyone listening or watching to promise me that I'm going to say this bit, but you're going to carry on listening, because it's a little bit like I don't want to drill down too much. This is what it is, but I think people want to know, what is Redfall. Okay, right. Imagine you took all of the amazing weird stuff that Arkane does with like Dishonored, with Deathloop, with that, you know, that kind of thing, that unique first-person stuff, right? Imagine you took that, you made a vampire, pretty much sort of open worldish game. Yeah, no, it's open world, a vampire open world game in a sort of town called Redfall. But you pulled the combat in terms of shooting from a game that is all about shooting. Because the one thing people sometimes complain about with Arkane is the feel of the guns. So imagine you took an Arkane game, all that weirdness, added vampires, added an open world, and then pulled in shooting from something like, I don't know, what's your favourite shooter? You know, whatever.
Bit of Far Cry.
Yeah. I mean, I think the shooting's better than Far Cry, even from what I played. Like, that's what this game is. Okay. Now it's built. I've only played single player. Okay, and there was 100% stuff in the skill tree that is definitely there for co-op. Like, literally, you know. So the character I played as, you have 3 abilities. I think 3. Yeah, one's like a special. Yeah, and 2 kind of weird. They've all got the reason for why they've got these abilities. But vampires, weird, mystical, blah blah blah. The one I played as, her special allows you to summon her undead vampire boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, I think, who then goes out and attacks for you. Okay? You fill that meter up by killing vampires. Her other one is like a spectral umbrella, which you put out in front of you and it absorbs damage, and then you press the button again and it fires the damage back at them.
Oh, nice.
Okay? Now the other one, because if it wasn't weird enough that she has a spectral umbrella, is a spectral lift. And by that I mean elevator. I mean the things that take you up and down buildings. This, you press the button, you place the elevator, and then by walking into it, it propels you like a massive super jump in the air. Each of those skills are upgradable. So, for example, with the elevator, you can upgrade it so you can place 2 of them. Or you can upgrade it so that when you jump through it, if your friends jump through it, they get some form of buff. I forget now what it was. I think it was like you shoot better while you're in the air, or do more damage, or all that kind of stuff. It's all buffable. That's just one character. Okay.
Wow.
One of the other guys, I think it's Jacob Boyer, has like a spectral sniper rifle he can summon, and it's that kind of Arkane design. And I don't mean old. I mean the developer Arkane. Like, I mean, it's that kind of weird left field ideas.
Yeah.
And you're going around and you're hunting vampires, and these vampires have got like cultists behind them as well. So these are humans who have like believe in the vampires because they've taken over this town, and they're just like, they're human enemies. They're easy to mow down, no problem at all. The vampires, not so much. Like, because you can't just shoot them, you have to stake them. So all of the weapons you have in this game have got some form of a stake on the end of them. One of them is just like a stake gun, like his massive stake gun. It's like I was one-shotting them with your double shotgun or whatever. You knock their health bar down, but then you have to run up to them and stake them to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And there are all these different types of vampires. Like there's ones that's called Watchers that are like sitting on tops of the roof looking. You can see them looking, and you have to snipe them. And it's really cool. It's really cool. It's got a really, really good vibe about this whole thing. But one of the most interesting things about it to me was how... So the mission I did, you have to go to like a house and you have to uncover a mystery. And in this house you have to find... You end up... You search around a bit and you have to find some dolls. But this game doesn't just go, right, here's the dolls, follow the waypoint. No, it doesn't do that. It gives you the clues and you have to work out where those dolls are. It will give you clues. You know, like one of the dolls was loved by a gardener, so you think, well, okay, what's this going to be something to do with it? Yeah, outsidey bits. One of them loved cooking. I'll go to the kitchen. That kind of thing. But at no point does it just stick a waypoint on the screen and go, he loves cooking, and there's a waypoint in the kitchen. You explore this big house, and you find the kitchen. You locate the doll in the kitchen, in the pantry, or whatever. Where it is, you find it yourself.
Yeah.
You put this puzzle together, you take these dolls to where they need to go, and you unlock the next stage of that mission. But at no point, like I say, is it like just go here, do this. It is open to your interpretation, which I think might trip some people up, if I'm honest. And judging from the other people around me who were playing and stuff, I think it did trip some other people up, actually, at the session I was at. But I particularly liked it, because at first I was a bit confused. At first I almost thought, is it a bug? Because we're so conditioned to play that way, aren't we?
Yeah, 100%.
And it was when I realised it wasn't, that all of a sudden I felt like, oh, this game's just like open. This is just here for me to indulge in. And I like that. I like that a lot. And it didn't end in like a big boss fight. This was the section. You unlock safe houses. There's these weird missions you can call. They're like vampire dens that you go in, and I think this is where some of the co-op people might end up playing. You go into this vampire den and you have to sort of work your way through to like the core. You know, in Rainbow Six Extraction, those missions where you're like rescue, the trees and the weird alien trees, it's a bit like that. You have to get in and break the bits off of it to free up the main, I don't know what it would be, vampire heart? I don't know what it is, actually. Which you then kill, and then, bang, this vampire den's going to fall apart. You've got to get out of here, so you're on a timer. So you've got to get out as a team, in theory. If you don't, you lose the loot and everything. If you do, you get out with all your loot. Full skill trees. The weapons feel great. Every one of the weapons felt great. It's colour-coded loot system, so it's a loot game as well. It just feels. I don't want to be too hype master here, but like it feels like everything they've learned from the other games they've made has gone into this with like shooting improvements as well. Like the world feels like I was really wanting to play more, and I only got a chance to play as one of the characters, and I really wanted to just play that mission again with the other three, just to see what their skills did and how they worked. I really wanted to get into it. Like I played a couple of hours and it wasn't enough. It was not enough. I'm sure there's a segment of the audience that'll be like, oh yeah, Xbox, blah blah blah, yeah, whatever. This game's I don't know why anyone would think that. It's Arkane. Like they have pedigree.
Yeah, absolutely.
And from what I played of, again, 2 hours, not a huge amount. What I played of this, it's the best feeling Arkane game so far for me. I really want to see more of the story. Like there's the variants in the enemies of the vampires. Like one of them just kicked my ass. Like he just kicked my ass so hard. I kept going back trying to do him, but I could not. He just kicked my ass. It's like it was almost the game giving me a level check, saying, "Yeah, come back when you're better, mate. You've only played a couple of hours. Come back when you're better, or bring some mates." Do you know what I mean? Because you're not.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of enemy variants. The one thing I didn't get to see, I should have pushed for this, is that as you kill like sort of special vampires, a bar's filling up. And as I understand it, if you fill that bar, they rain thunder down upon you.
Oh no!
And I know that happened to someone near me because I sort of heard them sort of talking about it. I never quite got to see that, but like it just shows you in a couple of hours how much is going on in this game, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot here.
That's amazing. The world itself, how if a world's open, that's fine, but unless there's stuff there that makes it feel kind of worthy of exploring, then I don't really care. So is there, I guess what I'm trying to ask is, there's certain open world games that throw a load of things at you, but you don't really care about, like collectibles and all sorts, and the too many icons on the map and stuff. I know it's only 2 hours, but what was the world like? Was it fun to explore? Was there things that surprised you?
Yeah, so I didn't get the feeling of kind of they were over egging the pudding at all.
Yeah.
with the world. Like it felt natural. There weren't like icons everywhere. You could actually maybe argue that there could have, most people would throw more on. You know what I mean? A lot more. I also think I was quite early in the game. I wasn't 100% clear on when I actually was playing. They unlock like 7 skill points for people to unlock in whatever, so they could just chuck whatever they wanted into whatever.
Yeah.
So I would guess it probably a couple of hours into the game, so it's still early doors. No, the world felt really interesting to me. Like there's a lot going on, a lot of stories here. It feels like the whole game is about trying to understand how this has all happened and how to fix it. And the missions and the side stuff, it feels like it's trying to flesh out that lore to, like even after this one main mission I did, I was starting to understand, okay, I get how that, I mean, I don't even know if that's the main baddie. I don't think it is. I suspect there's others. But I was starting to understand how they came to be. Not that it makes them you sympathetic, it just makes you understand.
Yeah, of course.
But no, the world feels it didn't look huge, if I'm honest. But I don't know if the map expands or anything. I couldn't tell from that point. It didn't seem huge, but it
That's
doesn't need
fine
to be.
though. I don't mind that at all. I'd rather it be more concise and feel more important than just being plenty of world just to run about in. So yeah, wicked. All right, well, you can go and read the preview on our website, godisthegeek.com. You can also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/godisgeek. And for as little as $1 a month, you can get a load of extra content, exclusive Patreon-only podcasts early, codes, all sorts of bits and pieces. And we've got our own Discord channel where you can join and chat with all of us. If you'd like to watch more videos from us, there's some other previews going up and there's a lot more content coming. You can subscribe to our channel. Adam, thank you very much for chatting with me today.
You're welcome.
And thank you all for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.